Tired of long waits and rushed care at the ER and urgent care clinic? Next time, stay home and let Dispatch Health bring the power of the hospital to you.
I call Dispatch Health. A care team of medical professionals actually come to your house.
They're the same caliber of people that you would see if you were at a hospital or an urgent care.
Dispatch Health can treat most non-life-threatening emergencies.
They can do the x-rays, they can do stitches,
urinary tract infections, blood test, urinalysis, ultrasound.
It's almost everything that they can do at the ER.
You never feel rushed. They're there for you and only you.
I felt like their only patient.
And it costs no more than a trip to urgent care because Dispatch Health is covered by most insurance, including Medicare. See if we serve your home at dispatchhealth.com.
Dispatch Health really went above and beyond.
It's wonderful to have care come to your home.
House calls are back, and they're better than ever. Learn more at dispatchhealth.com.
Hello and welcome to SEO 101 on WMR.FM, episode number 440. This is Ross Dunn, CEO of StepForth Web Marketing, and my co-host is my company senior SEO, almost said CEO, there you go, Scott Van Ack. Yeah, you've been promoted.
You heard it here. I just got a promotion. Oh, yeah.
Well, we took a while to put this together today. There's been quite a few things going on, but let's start with some non-SEO news.
Yeah, so we've got our typical WordPress update. Not a lot to say here, but there were 16 vulnerabilities in WordPress, so they are recommending that you update to the latest version, 6.0.3, to patch those vulnerabilities. WordPress did not comment on the severity of them, but I think 16 is enough that taking some action and patching it is probably a good idea. And I would guess a large percentage of you out there listening use WordPress, as most of our clients do. So keep that updated. And while you're at it, next month, WordPress 6.1 is being released. And according to Roger Monti, is jam-packed with performance improvements. So we'll see what that means. I don't know the exact details. You can go over to Search Engine Journal, and there's an article by Roger there that goes into the intricacies of what all the little performance updates are. And I was going to list some of them, and as I read them, I got lost in them because they're very they are very technical and maybe a little unnecessary to know firsthand, but just know that they're there. And your site should speed up with that update. Hopefully, that's the idea, anyways. So
that's the core reason for them.
Yeah, I think that's the main purpose of 6.1 is performance enhancement. So
yes.
So hopefully is what they say it's going to be. So
yeah, good. That's great. This next piece made me giggle. I love when Google has a bit of fun. Frightgeist. Oh, you put it on there, so you lead with it.
Yeah, I just sort of stumbled on this, and I thought it might be kind of fun when your boss isn't looking and you're bored and you want to just check some stuff out, or you're looking for Halloween costume ideas. Google's Frightgeist, frightgeist.withgoogle.com. They have the top costumes for 2022, and you can click on a map and see what the top costume is for your state. I think you can get quite specific locally if you're in the States. Get some good costume ideas. And I will note that the 690th most popular costume idea is roller coaster. So I'm not really sure how that works. How you dress up as a roller coaster, I don't know. But I feel like I need to accept that challenge this year and try to figure that one out.
I got to say one thing that's rather impressive is number 34 is Beetlejuice. That's still around. It's kind of amazing.
So did you dress up as a character or Michael Keaton? What's
Yeah, really. Well, and you look like 31 is Alien, 32 is Joker, 33 is Mermaid, 34 is Beetlejuice. Huh. I didn't see that coming. No, not at all.
Just don't say it 3 times. Don't say it again. We don't want them showing up.
Anyways, it's good to see all classics are still kicking some butt out there. So that's something fun for you guys to check out. I also wanted to add, in case you missed it in the last episode, at the very near the end of the show, I mentioned something pretty special. It's our 25th anniversary at StepForth. So we're offering a never before seen 25% discount on our services for new clients and existing ones that want to try out a new service they haven't used before, which is there's always more. It doesn't apply to everything, but it does include some of our biggest stuff and some of our mainstream services, from the initial optimization of your site to competitor analysis, audits, even our gold standard audit, which is outstanding, done personally by Scott. He does an amazing job. Authority building plans and more. So again, we don't give discounts. This is just a really special, unique thing we're doing. We're pretty much taking business until we're booked up for a while. So please take advantage of it. If you have any issues, especially any ranking issues, there are a lot of updates coming out these days. So if you think you need a little bit of help, reach out. And the best way to do that is just book a free strategy call. You can do it on our homepage at stepforth.com on our new website. And yeah, you'll talk to me and we'll figure something out. And I'll make sure you get that discount if it's at all possible, which in most cases it is. All right, so let's get right into SEO news. Another update. This one's the spam update. Another spam update. It's, again, really not saying much. It's targeting spam in general. It should be done by the end of October, should, air quotes. You know, if you're not sure if it's going to impact you or not, check out the Google spam policies. Hopefully you already know about that and you're really just doing everything above board and, you know, nothing to worry about. But if you're not sure, check them out, make changes, fix issues, and you should be able to ride this out. Anything else you want to add there, Scott?
Well, I'm disappointed because the last show we had 3 updates to talk about. We've had 2 or 3, and now we only have 1. Like, Google's slacking off here. We need more updates. Like,
oh my God, I feel like my head's spinning. There's so many lately.
But you know what I do miss from the early days of SEO are the names of the updates. Like, what's October 2022 spam update?
Right.
Like, who's writing this stuff? Like, come on, get an animal or a food or something. I don't know. Like,
Halloween it or something.
Yeah, like the Halloween, the jack-o'-lantern update. I don't know. Like, come on, Google. Disappoint me.
Yeah. Here, the spam update. That's what they should call it.
Yeah, or have like the can of spam update. I don't know.
Or stranger spam.
Well, that goes. That's a good segue if I've ever had one.
Yeah, no, not going to use that word. So apparently, years ago, Google bought a company called Looker, and Looker is not a private eye agency that does creepy things. It actually is some kind of an analytics system. Well, in their infinite wisdom, they've decided to rename Google Data Studio to Looker Studio. Anyway, I just don't know. These people lose connection with the real world, I think. Either that or they just believe that everyone's more mature. I'm not. I look at that and I get kind of shaky. I don't want to play with anything called Looker. Anyway, it is called Looker Studio. It now supports more than 800 data sources through 600 connectors, says Lewis Gray from Google, and more than 10 million users across Google Cloud's business intelligence solutions each month, including Looker and Google Data Studio. Now we're unifying these 2 popular tools under the Looker umbrella.
There's a lot to unpack there, but not really.
Oh, there's a Looker umbrella. Well, anyway, yeah, it is what it is. We have no choice. We have to use it. I think I'm going to I wish John Carcutt was here to talk about this one. I'd love to hear his thoughts on this, but yeah, I guess, I might just pull a Carcutt and forever continue to call it Google Data Studio like you did with Google Webmaster Tools, because I can't do Looker Studio.
I feel like I still call Search Console Google Webmaster Tools from time to time. Like, how long has it been Search Console? Like, I don't even know how many years it's been like that now.
Quite a few.
And I still, it's just you get used to something.
I did adapt because I do a lot of the sales. I want to make sure people understood what I was talking about. And in fairness, I think there has been a lesser adoption of the word webmaster, and for a long time, pretty much this new generation doesn't even know what it means. It sounds really hokey, and aged. But then again,
Yeah,
that's us.
yeah, there we go.
All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to jump into an update to how our search results are showing in mobile.
SEO 101 will be back right after recess.
Welcome back to SEO 101 on WMR.fm, hosted by myself, Ross Dunn, CEO of StepForth Web Marketing, and my company's senior SEO, Scott Van Ack. All right, tell us a little bit about this SERP display update. So search engine result page update. In other words, what we see is changing a bit.
Yeah, so this is kind of fun. And what I like about this one is that I can see it. So it's in Canada too, which is so rare. Usually we talk about these little updates and I don't know what they look like. I'm just guessing based on what I've read, right? Or looking at screenshots. So Google has basically updated the result pages to now show your business name and then your URL, and then the typical SERP that you're used to seeing, where you've got the title and the description. And beside the business name and the URL, to the left of that is your fave icon. So it looks pretty slick on mobile if you check it out. It is mobile only, as far as I haven't heard of anything like this coming to desktop, but who knows, it probably will eventually. And I don't know, I think it looks clean, it looks good. But there is and it is available English, French, German, and Japanese. Other languages and countries and things will be launched in the coming months. So if you don't see it now, you will soon. To make sure you've got the correct business name, Google's pretty good at picking this stuff out. They'll probably get you. But if they make it wrong or you want to be sure, using structured data, organization markup or local business markup or whatever, with your business name in there, will help ensure they use the right one. And also ensure that you have a fave icon on your website. I think most people have done that now. I don't come across a lot of websites that don't have them. It's something I do check when I do audits. It's kind of a silly little thing, but it can make a difference. So I check, and almost always people have a fave icon. Every now and then I find a site without one, but now you want one even more so. If it's going to show up right in the search result pages, you definitely want it. What am I looking at?
I'm trying to show it on here on the video. Of course, it's all backwards, but you can see it there. The icon's showing, that's useless. Anyway, for anyone who sees the video someday, when we finally post them all.
Planning ahead.
Yes, indeed. It is there. I think it looks good. I have no problem with it. We'll see though. I think it is a good reminder to people to put a fave icon on and make it unique enough that it's part of your branding and it stands out. Which is not easy. I've tried doing fave icons myself, and oh dear, it can look pretty awful pretty quickly. If you only got I think is it 16 by 16 pixels?
Google wants a fave icon that is at least 48 pixels. So I'm assuming they mean 48 by 48. It should be square. They typically are. So that is what they want. I think that's a requirement for having it appear in the search result page. I think you are right, though. I think 16 might be just to have it show up in your browser or bookmarks or, all the other places. I think that might be the minimum size.
Tired of long waits and rushed care at the ER and urgent care clinic? Next time, stay home and let Dispatch Health bring the power of the hospital to you.
I call Dispatch Health. A care team of medical professionals actually come to your house.
They're the same caliber of people that you would see if you were at a hospital or an urgent care.
Dispatch Health can treat most non-life-threatening emergencies.
They can do the x-rays, they can do stitches.
Urinary tract infections, blood test, urinalysis, ultrasound.
It's almost everything that they can do at the ER.
You never feel rushed. They're there for you and only you.
I felt like their only patient.
And it costs no more than a trip to urgent care because Dispatch Health is covered by most insurance, including Medicare. See if we serve your home at dispatchhealth.com.
Dispatch Health really went above and beyond.
It's wonderful to have care come to your home.
House calls are back, and they're better than ever. Learn more at dispatchhealth.com.
Okay. And I lost my page here. Let's go back. Okay, so an improvement, I think, over things. They have been testing it a while, so that's good. Google Webmaster Guidelines. This is the report that they put out. Well, I wouldn't say it's annual, but approximately. They update annually, which is for their Well, this particular one, am I out of
I
place
think
here?
you're thinking about something else. So this is just their webmaster guidelines
Right.
page that they have.
This isn't the rating guidelines. Sorry.
No. So
Okay.
this is at developers.google.com. They've got their Google Webmaster Guidelines is now being rebranded Google Search Essentials. So again, just more rebranding and renaming. I think we can have a segment about Google renaming things on every episode as well. But again, eliminating the word webmaster for various reasons. They've also reorganized the data into 3 main categories, which I think is pretty nice. You know, it makes it a little bit easier to find what you're looking for. Technical requirements, spam policies, and key best practices. So a little bit of a change and cleanup there. So, you know, not a bad place to go check out when you're trying to freshen up your skills or learn about SEO, a good page to read and make sure you're on top of things.
Awesome. That's great. You posted this next one too, so why don't you take this?
All kinds of stuff today.
Yeah.
Yes. So I've only seen I haven't seen it, but I've seen a couple examples online where Google is testing product panel changes that include pricing details. So if you're doing a search and you see a product come up, again, I'm not seeing this live because of, you know, us Canadians get everything last for some reason. Beside the price in the product panel in the search results, you'll see a little, I don't know what you call it. You know, you got the little up arrow and little down arrow button thing. You click on that and it expands. Don't you love my technical terms?
Very.
And you click on the uppy downy button and it will open up a panel that will display additional pricing information with things like taxes and shipping and return information and more, just more information about the pricing, which is, I mean, if you're a user, it's great because you know right off the top what your shipping is going to cost. There's nothing worse than you find a product, you want to buy it, you go through the cart and you find they want $85 shipping or some stupid thing like that. So just makes a bit more transparency before you keep moving down the pipeline. So that's kind of cool. I mean, I feel like it's a welcome change. It doesn't really clutter search results at all. So why not?
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So some changes, well, maybe policy changes, Google review guidelines on local review building. Essentially, they're saying that soliciting positive reviews is not allowed. This is nothing new. It's just they're, I guess, making a bold statement. Yeah, I guess the deal is here, they're just being more explicit about them in their guidelines. I don't really understand why people would just say, hey, just give me a positive review. I mean, that's a good way of getting a negative review, but I guess what they're doing is, I do know of businesses that encourage reviews, quote unquote, by, you know, not negative or positive, very unbiased, by giving a little bonus for people who do them. And I get it. I mean, there are some industries where it's absolutely insanely difficult to get a review because people don't want to do it.
Like legal.
What's that?
Legal would be a good
Absolutely one I was thinking about. Yeah. No one wants to put their name next to that. But it is, you know, there's real estate lawyers, there's all that stuff where it doesn't seem so bad. But yeah, when it comes to personal injury, all these things, getting reviews is difficult if it's even allowed where you are. In any case, I do know of people who have incentivized, and, you know, it's against my recommendations, but they do it. And Google's just saying that buyer, you know, be very aware, be aware and beware that this is not a good idea. And if you're doing it, you're going to get yourself in some trouble.
I do have to wonder though, like worst case scenario, you know, you get suspended from Google search, bad, really bad. And they say, don't do it and all this, but I have to wonder how easily you can get caught. You know, like really, there would be a lot of ways to be sneaky about it if you wanted to. Just don't put it on your website. Here, click here to review us and we'll send you a gift card, you know, like.
Well, that's it. I mean, and the problem is there are stupid people who post this, they post the incentivizing issue and whatever they're going to give away. So if that happens, they're going to get caught. And frankly, that's kind of a stupid tax, but.
I want to ask you, how often have you ordered something from, I mean, it's not Google now, we're Amazon. Have you ordered something off Amazon and it comes with a little business card that says, please leave us a positive review for 10% off your next purchase through our store? You ever gotten one of those?
Oh, totally. I never do it.
Totally not allowed to do it. I'm not up to date on Amazon's terms. I'm pretty sure they disallow that technically.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
and if you do review, you're supposed to say it was, you were given a free product or whatever it is. Yeah. Which thankfully I see a lot of people do, but God knows who doesn't. There's probably a lot. All right. Keep losing my notes here. Okay.
We're into some of your stuff.
Yeah. Oh darn. This is funny. This is something that Barry posted on the Search Roundtable. It's something that John Mueller said in response to Bollywood.com. They said, I've been told by someone influential that your boss doesn't quite follow the, quote, don't be evil standard placed by Google founders years ago. Now, I agree with that, but I guess somewhere along the lines in that conversation, which I couldn't find, by the way, that's just my Twitter. I just don't use it very much. But he must have said something about, I don't know, something was very far-fetched other than just that. Because John Mueller says, I feel at this point you've veered far from the probable explanations. And he gives a link to Occam's razor. In my greater than 15 years at Google, I haven't run across a site whose ranking is secretly being controlled by outsiders. I couldn't imagine that being the case. Unquote. So I think there's always a very good case that Google's abandoned the don't be evil. But when it comes to this, I think there's more context we can't see. I don't know. Anyway, Bollywood did follow up. Bollywood.com did follow up saying, well, we've definitely been taken advantage of and blah, blah, blah. Interesting only that I don't usually see John respond to stuff like this.
You do have to wonder. Like, I don't think big corporations are going to Google and getting priority rankings. I really don't think that happens. But how would you know? How could we really know that's the case?
We're going the conspiracy route.
Yeah, we could go. I go deep down the conspiracy route for sure.
Yeah, exactly. The next step here is definitely technical, but I wanted to share with anyone trying some of the new programming languages out, or at least not new, more advanced programming languages, and want a little more out of their website. If you're using React, Next.js, or any other JavaScript foundation languages, keep in mind that it's possible your navigation links are being hidden from Google. This is an article from propellernet.co.uk, and it's the title, in case you want to find it, is React Hiding Your Navigation Links from Google. Quote, that's it. That's all it is. It's shared by John Mueller, which is why I put it here. It's interesting because one of the quotes from this is, sites that use React don't often include the navigation links in the rendered HTML until a user clicks the menu icon. I want to establish that even after rendering. So what Google does with JavaScript-based sites is they only get maybe a bit of information from the raw HTML when they go to the website. But they go later on and they render it as though someone from a browser is looking at it. And then they can index it, like actually read it and crawl it and make sure they're not missing anything. After that, they determine whether or not it's going to be added to the index. But when they're looking at it, once they've rendered it, even then the menu isn't showing up. And that's a big deal. And it is fixable, totally fixable, but a lot of people just don't have the resources or time to do it. Even he mentions in the article that, and I've encountered this recently too, that some people just don't have the time or the money to put into fixing that. But I can't imagine that's pretty fundamental. You want Google to be able to navigate through your site using the menu. It's the natural progression through the site, usually based on silos and the simplicity of just following a website the way it's meant to be done. So I think this is really important if you're using any of these more technical programming languages. Again, not so 101, but interesting enough to add.
Yeah, so definitely, if you're using one of those hamburger menus, make sure you're checking to make sure your site is mobile friendly and And how do you check that? I guess with the inspect element in Chrome would be a good way to see if those navigational links are being rendered.
No, because even well, I don't think so. Maybe yes, you do that first and then look at it after you've clicked it.
Then click it and check again and compare the code.
Yeah, it's definitely higher end stuff. You'd need your programmer to figure it out. But if you have some indexing or crawling issues, let's call it, make sure that you do look into this, because it could be this is the case. Now, if you've got WordPress or any of these really, really established platforms, don't worry about it. That's not an issue unless somehow you've incorporated these. But it's really for custom built websites in Next.js or React. Okay. And some of the other ones, but those are the main ones mentioned. Okay, well, on behalf of myself, Ross Dunn, CEO of StepForth Web Marketing, and my company, Senior SEO, Scott Van Ack, thank you for joining us today. Remember, we have a show notes newsletter you can sign up for at SEO101radio.com, where you can make sure you don't miss a single link and refresh your memory of a past show at any time. Have a great week, and remember to tune into future episodes, which air twice a month on WMR.fm.
Great. Thanks for listening, everybody.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the guests and hosts and do not necessarily reflect those of WebmasterRadio.fm's management or sponsors. Any rebroadcast or redistribution without authorized consent of WebmasterRadio.fm is prohibited.
Tired of long waits and rushed care at the ER and urgent care clinic? Next time, stay home and let Dispatch Health bring the power of the hospital to you.
I call Dispatch Health. A care team of medical professionals actually come to your house.
They're the same caliber of people that you would see if you were at a hospital or an urgent care.
Dispatch Health can treat most non-life-threatening emergencies.
They can do the x-rays, they can do stitches.
Urinary tract infections, blood test, urinalysis, ultrasound.
It's almost everything that they can do at the ER.
You never feel rushed. They're there for you and only you.
I felt like their only patient.
And it costs no more than a trip to urgent care because Dispatch Health is covered by most insurance, including Medicare. See if we serve your home at dispatchhealth.com.
Dispatch Health really went above and beyond.
It's wonderful to have care come to your home.
House calls are back, and they're better than ever. Learn more at dispatchhealth.com.
At Kroger, no matter where you order free pickup, you get the same great deals as you'd get in-store. So you can save when you order during band practice, or at the dog park, or wherever. Start your cart with the Kroger app and save from wherever today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. $35 order minimum. Restrictions may apply. Subject to availability.
Get more ways to save at the Buy 5 or More, Save $1 each sale. Just buy 5 or more participating items and save $1 each with card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.